Here's the sugarcane jujube. This is its third year in the ground, and it is producing. See all the fruit there? This is the first week of August, and I already have a good amount of fruit, and it's still even flowering. You can see some of the fruits taking off there to the right, or in the center, and then some of the new flowers are starting here, so it's still flowering, which is awesome. Here's a graft that I did in the summer. We'll find out in a couple weeks if it even took or grew. It's been so freaking hot here in St. George. Look at the fruit that is growing here. I mean, these are nice clusters. Sugarcane jujube. Some people have said this is the honey jar. When I bought it, it said sugarcane, and the shape is a lot like the honey jar, and it's very sweet, and it's very small, and the sugarcane, I have heard, is shaped more like, let's see if I can zoom out, like this, more elongated, not as flat and round, kind of like an apple. These are like apples. So who knows, but here's a weird abnormality. What the heck is that? That is the largest sugarcane jujube I've ever seen. It is about the size of a golf ball. I have no idea. That got pollinated quickly. All of these are pollinated, so I might actually get 2 seasons with this, and we'll see, because some of them are already starting to turn brown, which might be good to eat here soon. Oh, did you see that tarantula hawk? Oh, there he is. Okay, tarantula hawks, don't get stung by them, but they are awesome pollinators for the jujube. They are, and wasps and bees. Bees will do the same thing. All right, I'm moving over to the other side to show you what's going on with this tree. Here we are on the north side of the jujube, and you can see fruit still growing everywhere. Look at that. Thousands and thousands of them. They'll be great. Some of them larger than others, which is great. And then over here, I have a Redlands. Oh, thank you. So this is a graft that I did in the spring. Nice thing about jujubes, they produce on first year growth. And this is looking pretty bad because I had a rubber band around it. This is all new growth coming out here. And look at this. Yeah, buddy. Redlands are supposed to be large jujubes. This one was dying. It's a little yellow. And there's a little bit of yellow here on the edges, which is okay. The sugarcane's still flowering on this side, but the Redlands, really good amount of fruit that's growing on it. Here is another graft. This also is a Redlands, and it is so heavy that it has come down and rested on my metal fence. And look at the size of those. Dude, those are huge. Definitely the size of a ping pong. Little flat on the bottom, which I thought was interesting. Almost like it's a cross between a Lang and some other jujube variety. Oh, and this is a good sign. I have leafcutter bees. See the semicircles that are being cut? That's good. It looks like it is done flowering though. It's not growing anymore. It's just gonna hold on to the fruit and grow the fruit that it has. That's the thing that I've noticed with some of the larger varieties of jujube. They will get a couple of fruit on each limb and then stop, which, I mean, that's all they can do is support that. Whereas the sugarcane, look at this, you can just get hundreds on a little shoot. And if a shoot doesn't have it, it'll keep flowering until it gets fruit on it. But good amount of fruit. Look at here on this side. Look at all the fruit. Man, that's crazy awesome. Okay, we'll go up and see the next variety up on the hill. Here's the Shanxi. It is probably 11 feet tall. That's its first full year in the ground. I think it makes it 2 years old. And if we look here, it is still flowering, kind of like the sugarcane, but we also have the semi-large fruit on here. It's not the biggest that I've ever seen, but they will definitely get bigger. And each branch has like one, couple other fruit that's going to be starting here. So not a ton of fruit, but this thing is really growing. I also want to point out summer pruning. I did some summer pruning. You can see I cut there, and how green this new growth is. This is all new growth, and this was spring growth. And this is spring growth. The color is different. It's more of this purpley color versus the more green for the new growth. The reason why I did that is because it's really close to this apium tree, and I cut the apium tree back a little bit. Some summer pruning, you can see that it's starting to grow in a different direction. So that way they won't hit each other too much. That's not good. Sometimes the fruit just kind of dries up on there. Okay, if we go to the back side, here we have some good flowers. Those flowers are going to die off, but that is pollinated and that is pollinated. We're going to be good. And here are the two grafts that I did. This is the Sherwood Jujube, and I thought it would fruit. I'm kind of glad it's not fruiting on its first year, because there hasn't been too much growth here and here. Both of these are the same graft, well, different graft here and there, but on kind of the same branch. And I'm hoping they will hold on. The thing you don't want with grafts is for this stuff to stay on the tree and ruin it, because it's too tight around the limb and it won't be able to grow. That's the Sherwood. So I have Sherwood, Redlands, Shanxi, and sugarcane. All right, other things to note. That is a large size fruit right there. Almost like the size of the Sherwood. Interesting. And look at all the scrapes. We've gotten a lot of wind up here, and this thing keeps getting whacked against other limbs. Same thing with this one. You get a lot of scrapes. Up at the top here, new growth. All of this is new growth. I mean, that's just crazy. So it's 10, 11, 12 feet high right now. I mean, that's crazy. 12 feet high. Okay, so this fall though, I'm gonna have to cut off the top here so that it will get more growth out of the side and not so much for the height. But I love these jujubes. They're a good, hardy tree to have in the desert. And just a little update. I know it's a side note, but over here we have the Pakistani Mulberry, small leaves, because it's young. And I hear that the leaves will get really big once they're in the ground for a year or two. So hopefully next year we'll get some fruit. And here is the world's greatest mulberry. I had some grasshoppers or something coming in here, and they were eating every single branch and it was killing it back. So I went and got this bug cover, and it is working. It's so good. I want to show you something though. This is August. Look at that. What is that? You know what that is? That is fruit right there, which is awesome. That means that all new growth, there's another fruit, all new growth, even in the middle of summer, is going to fruit. We have new growth that's coming on down here, which is awesome. And this is finally starting to expand all the way out here. So in a couple weeks, after it has gotten to a more mature size, I'm going to take this cover off, and then the grasshoppers will probably have their heyday with it. But I think that grasshoppers will be gone, and the June bugs here soon. I just wanted to protect it to give it a good start, because it's been really frustrating with this. It's first year growth all the way down there. It died in the spring, and this is all new growth. It went 8 feet tall in one spring, and now it's just trying to hold on. So it'll make it. Just need to keep it protected and covered. I hope that info is beneficial with the mulberry. If you ever have insects that attack them or eat them, just cover it with this nice little cloth. I think it cost me 14 bucks for this, and I can reuse it, which I plan on doing over other fruit trees once I'm done. All right. I hope you all have an excellent day, and thank you for watching the videos on the jujubes. Hopefully you learned some things. Have a good day.